Okay, Shalom, Shalom, Kwam Yasha'Allah, Koholoimla, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Rakahakwadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, and that by the Spirit taught us this beautiful truth. I just want to say the water to all the H.I.M and Akwaf that's out here sincerely keeping the laws, the statutes, and commandments of Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai to the best of their ability. This is Yahanan Nawaf, just coming at you with another quick lesson, praying that it's edifying by the Spirit. And these so-called teenagers you see right here, well, we know them to be grown-ups in the scriptures. You know, only in America do they treat you like you a damn kid until you're 21 years old. But these what appears to be Edomites. So this is not a skin color thing, but this is pretty much some Edomite type shit. But because any of these people right here could actually be Israelites. Because again, there's no such thing as white people or no such thing as black people. Those are social constructs. But when you see the type of crimes that these people be committing, they don't put it out there like how they'll put Jake out there. You know, like how they pretty much make you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans the mascot of crime when it's actually them. So let's check out a little bit of this article. And this is in a New York Post. It says, victim's girlfriend among 9 South Carolina teens arrested in 16-year-old's murder alleged setup, right? So 9 teenagers in South Carolina were arrested in a plot to lure a 16-year-old boy to his death, and even the victim's own girlfriend was in on the murderous scheme. Trey Dean Wright, 16, was found dead with multiple gunshot wounds. Devin Scott Raper, 19, of Conway, is accused of fatally shooting Wright in an argument over a girl and was arrested the following day. In the week since, 8 other teens have been nabbed for their alleged roles in the dark scheme and are now facing charges for setting up Wright and recording his death on video, including the poor victim's girlfriend. Right? And there you go. There's just a couple of them, I guess, here. Gian Kishtemacher, sound like an Edomite name. Wright's 17-year-old girlfriend was charged with being an accessory before the fact for bringing Raper, who she knew was armed, to meet Wright and instigate a confrontation. Others charged in the setup included 18-year-olds. Got a 17-year-old, all that shit. Authorities have not released information on the 4 remaining individuals who have been charged. They were complicit in bringing the armed codependent to the incident location and knowing that there would be a confrontation. They knew that Raper had presented a firearm to the victim and made threats to shoot him. Here's the guy right here. And you know, it's that one scripture that talks about many go out of their wits for women. Let me see if I can find that. Like, here you go. You're going to ruin your life over some doofy-ass chick. Yeah, First Esdras 4:26, it says, yeah, many there be that have run out of their wits for women and become servants for their sakes, right? Many also have perished, have erred, and sinned for women. See? So, you have to be careful with these chicks these days, man. Whether they white, black, Chinese, I don't give a fuck what they are, because they're all wicked as hell. All wicked. Matter of fact, King Solomon said not even one. Let me see. I think it's in here you go. You're gonna blow your life for a chick that's gonna get a slap on the wrist. She gonna be right back out here doing her thing. Ecclesiastes 7 and 28. It says, let me start at verse 27. It says, behold, this have I found, said the preacher, counting one by one to find out the account, which yet my soul seeketh, but I find not. One man among 1,000 have I found, but a woman among all those have I not found. And women, they just they're just wired different, man. And you have to be careful about how that's the reason why they're to be ruled over. That's the reason why they're property, man. They're they shouldn't be out here moving about as if you're their property. They're supposed to be your property, and you treat your property the way that not to say you dog them out and none of that shit like that, but they're to be ruled over. Just is what it is. And a lot of these dudes, they fall into the trap of the little beauty. That's why the scripture talks about, let me see here, in the book of Sirach, chapter 25, I think it's 25 and 21. Stumble not at the beauty of a woman, and desire her not for pleasure, because you stumble at that beauty, and that's what a lot of a lot of the problems come in at. Don't get me wrong, there's some pretty nice looking chicks out here in the world, and some jakes will just lose it. They don't have no sense of the cutoff point. Like, man, you can't just because that bitch pretty, you can't just be out here just acting a goddamn fool over her ass, man. You cut her ass off and give her that bill of divorce. Matter of fact, that goes down here at the bottom here, Sirach 25 and 26. It says, if she go not as thou wouldest have her, cut her off from thy flesh and give her a bill of divorce and let her go. No matter what that bitch look like, if she's not going along with your program. So let's see. So, yeah, he looking like a damn doofy anyway, though. It says they had issues with each other, and it was over a female. I ain't even read that part and didn't even know. But we just went into some scriptures to show you that you don't fall head over heels for no bitch, man. It says the sad thing is you got a 16-year-old that lost his life. You got a 19-year-old who's going to jail. See? Two men are gone because of some bitches. Over what? The sheriff asked rhetorically. Raper faces charges of murder and possession of a weapon during a violent crime. All that good stuff. Kendall also is being held without bond, while you got two other ones that post $20,000 bail, but they shouldn't even get no damn bail. $20,000, that ain't shit. So let's get a scripture on that. We was going into this yesterday at camp. Psalm 73. Basically verse 5, really. It says, they are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men. Because this guy, he's not going to get the type of time that say if these were so-called black kids or so-called, blacks, Hispanics, or Native Americans at this age that set something like that up, they would get fucking life in prison, man. Even damn electric chair, if that was on deck, or capital punishment was going on in that particular state. But these, and they're going to look at these people as their kids. They're not going to look at them as adults. See, they don't look at so-called white people like adults. They don't look at them. This particular age range, they're going to treat them like they're, fucking 10-year-olds or something. They're going to kid handle them, with kiddie gloves. They're not going to get the type of time that a so-called black, Hispanic, or Native American would do. They're not going to call these people savages. You're not going to see this on fucking Dateline or whatever kind of news, or this is a story that's going to just fall back, and you're not going to hear anything else about this shit. They're going to get a decent lawyer. The lawyer's going to argue that, Your Honor, they were young, and they still have their lives to go ahead of them, and all this, they don't get in trouble like us, man. That just is what it is, and they're very hypocritical people, because Trump, he's sending the National Guard all over the place for you, Jake. But he's not going to send the National Guard for, in places where these crackers are going crazy, because they're the ones that's committing the most heinous crimes. But anyway, just wanted to do something real quick on that. Hey, don't go out of your wits for no women, man, because two dudes is about to be destroyed, and these chicks, they're going to be right back out here sucking, slobbing, and riding on some rod, man, free. So with that, I pray that this lesson was edifying. Kwame Inshallah and the Bible Ball.